white man like, yo, get him, Billy Bob, get him. So it's like, it wasn't Billy Bob really, you know. They would capture you, you running from white man like, yo, get him, Billy Bob, get him. So it's like, it wasn't Billy Bob really, you know what I mean? Tarzan, get him. I don't know, nigga name, Shaka Zulu. And he was like, oh yeah, I got you. Because Shaka Zulu fast as fuck. So Shaka Zulu would catch your ass. He's like, yo, Shaka Zulu, they after you too? No, we are after you. And then it's like so Shaka Zulu got your ass like, man, fuck. And you trying to tell me this story, it was always Caucasians? Nah, it was niggas. Think about it now. This ain't nothing different. Don't tell me it was a slave mentality. Nigga, it's nigga mentality. We always been tribal, and y'all try to make it seem like it's great. Well, we always had tribes. Gang is a good thing, because we always had tribes, and we had a left bump from this tribe over here, and the left bump, why the fuck was we bumping instead of working with one another? Why did we need swords and shields and arrows to protect ourselves from tribes that were neighboring? And we was always so partnered up and loving in a community before the slavery happened. Or before the prisoners of war came into existence, when people were locked up and put in as prisoners. You see? POW. So the point is, stay with me. In my bag, I have a foolproof method. Right? When there's a war, there's legislation. Or bills. And bills have to be signed and put into action. And that's what I'm gonna say it again. In war, there's legislation. Everybody thinks war is pick up some guns and go shoot. No. Certain things have to be signed. Alright? You look at a dollar bill and you're gonna see them say something that's very important. Don't miss it. It says, in God, everybody stops. They say, oh God, let's focus on this God word. Gold, oil, drugs, generator, operator, destroyer. A bunch of English words. Right? You're not even paying attention. What about that word at the end? Trust. In God, we trust. In God, we trust. You say, every time this nigga say it, it get a little more clear to me. Yeah. In God, we trust. In God, we trust. Do they care about money? No. On the money, they tell you they don't care about money. It's literally on the money. What I'm saying right now, I'm literally on the money. They don't care anything about money. Go back and read the book, How to Speak Elite, and you'll hear me explain to you, or read me explain to you about what? Acquisition. It's all about acquisition. What color is agua? When you think of blue, well, I just gave you the answer. When you think of water, when you think of blue, acquisition. You look at that Masonic emblem, and behind it, you see what? Blue, water. Wasn't it in the How to Speak Elite book that I explained to y'all about navigation, or navigate, how to walk on water? Navi, natives, the natives, water, the way of water, Avatar. They had a movie called Avatar, the way of water. All right. And they got another one coming out, right? Which is probably out now. If it's not, it's December 19th, I think. It's coming out, Fire and Ash. Make sure you watch that. Okay. The elementals, you got to understand about it. So, didn't I explain all of this? That some people care about being debtor. They already dead. They want to be debtor. They already in debt, as they call it. Oh, I'm in debt. You what? You in debt. Oh, okay. And what you working on now? Well, I want to become a debtor. You're already in debt. Now you want to be debtor. Okay, cool. What do you want to work on? I'm looking on earning some money. Oh, that sounds like death to me. Earn. There's so many things you can say and look at and say, this whole thing is set up. Cool. Umar Johnson School. You know where it's at. But it's just there. That's why you drive by like that's a building. Well, where's the community? We had Tom Ray, but they talk shit about Tom Ray. Are you with me? Even if you did have a Black Wall Street, where's your language? Oh, we speak English. Oh, you're Anglo-Saxon. No, we're African. All right, I'm going to say it one more time back to you, what you just said to me. So, where's your language? Oh, we speak English. Oh, you're Anglo-Saxon. No. We're African. Let me say it a different way. Where's your bandana? Here it is right here. It's blue. Oh. You're a Crip. No. I'm a blood. Huh? Hey, Baru don't say nothing. Y'all can't talk right now. Because y'all niggas be confused sometimes. Shit y'all be having going on. Everybody else. All the other members know what the fuck I just said don't make sense. Unless you probably like, well, hold on, Will. Y'all niggas don't say nothing. Alright? So, okay, one more time. Where's your flag? Right here. Oh, right here. Oh, it's blue. You a Crip? Nah. We blooded. And Hammond, as you call it, Nubia, that and explain about that. I can explain to you about Navaton, or I can explain to you about even with Wusabat and Ispatia. I can explain to you about what is being said. It ties back to, and all of it's melanin dominant people. So we're just supposed to just speak English? That's it? Where's our nation? Where's any of the things that will establish us as a nation? You don't have it, and that's what I'm telling y'all. That's the problem. That everybody is organized. When Killer Mike was like, we need to become organized. We need to start organizing. Listen, the organization key, okay, is what caused a lot of people to be separated. Because organs can't what? Function by themselves. You can't take the liver out, put it on the ground, and it survives. You see? It needs a body. But y'all don't want to work together. So that's why there is no real movement. There's no real motion. And everybody's under some type of religion. Whether they know it or not, spiritual communities under Hinduism, okay, all right, and Buddhism, and Christianity, because some of y'all don't want to let go of the Christian part of it, and Islam, some of y'all don't want to let go of it. It's like, y'all don't know which one y'all are, and it's not even organized or put together in such a way, or structured in such a way, orderly, that you know what it is. Because as soon as I start asking people to explain it, then they're like, oh, it's just a feeling. You got to believe. All right, that's religion. You can't explain it. So you're Hindus. No, we're not. All right, talk to me about the centers of the body. Oh, you mean the chakras? Hold on, let me stop you right there. Isn't that a Sanskrit word? Okay, isn't that rudimentary when it comes to Buddhism and Hinduism? Yeah. Oh, okay. So the Sanskrit word you just used is associated with Hinduism and Buddhism. So when you say chakra, which most of you don't even say chakra, you say chakra, okay, it's chakra. When you're saying that word, which means a cycle or a loop, as an energy point that's associated with each of these organs, that's Hinduism. When you say, I need to open my third eye, guess what that is? Hinduism, all right? Well, some people call it the first eye, all right? Or the ajna. Okay, that's also Hinduism. The meditation, all that transcendental meditation, that's Hinduism. The pose that you do when you're meditating, okay, which is the easy pose, the Sukhasana pose, all right? That's Hinduism and Buddhism. Oh, a lot of the names that y'all are coming up with, everybody want to call themselves Kali all of a sudden, that's Hinduism and Buddhism, all right? Taking you back to that day and time with those who were the seven ether beings, all right? Or Shiva and the rest of them. Shiva also means seven, all right? So it has nothing to do with you, even in the state that you're in right now. But you want it to be. And then you say karma. Oh, I got good karma, my karmic debt. Oh, that's Hinduism, right? Then you say all of us are gods. That's Christianity. You know what I mean? I have to prostrate. That's Islam. A lot of things that y'all are doing are just borrowed from different religions. You know what I mean? So it's rooted in religion. That's what I'm saying. So a lot of people don't want to let go of the religious aspects to the extent of not being able to work with others. Because if people don't get with your program, you isolate them. If it's not true, then why do so many people in the spiritual community have a problem with phase one? Because I'm not a part of your religion. If I was a part of your religion, listen, if you looked and saw somebody with crystals on, an unk on, and I was saying peace, peace, with my fingers glued together and touching my head, and, you know what I mean, talking about love and light and all sort of stuff, and, you know what I mean? Yeah, all the conscious community people will put me up on the Mount Rushmore with all the rest of the people that shouldn't be up there, right? It really should be one person up there on the Mount Rushmore. They know that. They don't want to play that. And I told them, I said, let's do it then. Let's see who's really a master. And they stayed away. If I was doing all that, listen, I could have went into herbs. Okay, trust me, I could have went into herbs and been selling stuff like that. Yeah, everybody say, this guy's woke, he's awakened, we need to help him, protect him, all this stuff. But because I'm challenging them to stand on truth, they isolate me, they push me off to the side, call me an agent, all this other stuff. And think they're doing something great and strong when they talk about a Masonic emblem that I put on a hat, okay, that I put on for them to see. All right? You don't know what you're doing. If you did, you would know. First of all, if somebody does the thing for you to see it, maybe, just maybe, they're in control of the narrative, not you. So what if I take the hat off and I put on another hat? Which I did. I put on a Rosicrucian hat, and nobody said nothing. Where the ancient mystic order Rosicrucian scholars at? Nobody said nothing about the rose or the rosy cross. Okay? Or the resurrection. But when it comes to the Masonic thing, because of the YouTube days, everybody's a scholar. You with me? So they isolated phase one on purpose. Even in the music industry, the one who stands on truth stands alone. You see? Until a lot of y'all came along. And what did y'all say? Man, I'm not listening to the noise. I ain't gonna listen to it. This man speaking truth, that don't mean that everything I said was comfortable. I'm sure a lot of things I said to some of y'all was uncomfortable. I'm sure a lot of things I taught challenged you in ways you weren't really prepared for, but you still worked through it. And then some people get upset with me. And I say, if you're so upset with me, come talk to me. And then they come talk to me and it's like, da, 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 and they shut down. And y'all have seen that happen a bunch of times, right? And then they have to, some people change their ways in the middle of the live. And it's like, see, I'm not here to cause you no harm. And I really will talk to you. But it's like, why are you so upset? Let me tell you why. Because your belief is being challenged. They even have one of the Native American people, well, they're called American Indians now, which doesn't make any sense. Are you staying with me? So, there are some people that operate on their private side. And by the time you find out what they're doing, I can assure you right here, with my right hand to my heart and then up, let me tell you something. It's going to be too late. By the time you think you know what he's doing, it'll be too late. Because it's already done. And next thing you know, you're going to look around and you're going to see Nuwapia everywhere. It's already happening, ain't it? They're scrambling. They're like, what is this? When I said phase 1 is gone, everybody said, oh, I get it. He means he's doing phase 2. But they ain't been paying attention. You ain't been paying attention who we already did phase 2. And if you've been paying more attention, you will hear me say, all of this is phase 1. The whole thing. Remember, forever in inspiration, seeking eternity. Omari never ends. And when you read that in El Quran, you'll realize that Allah is referring to, or it has been referred to, the disbelievers. Now, what did I tell you about Islam? When you're talking about believers, you're not talking about believers how you say normally. You're saying those who know. Okay? Even when you say mu'minun, all right? Those who are of the nun, knowing. Mu'minun, those who have the faith or full of faith. So it's a whole different conversation of what you think in Christianity belief means. All right? They're holding fast to the rope. El Quran, I think, Surah 3, Ayah 103. Okay? They're holding fast to the rope, and they're not being divided. They're holding on all together, and they know what this is about. So watch what I'm telling you. You look at that dollar bill, and you see a pyramid on it, don't you? Don't you? And you see an eye on top, don't you? Okay? You saw the final feast. When I said, here go the final feast, what didn't I call it? I'm going to let you fill that in for yourself. I said final feast. I didn't say the other thing. When you see the final feast and you look in the picture had a pyramid on it. Remember, they always wanted you to think the pyramid was something evil. They wanted you to think Egyptians were evil. They wanted you to think the Mitzrayimites are evil. Okay, or Mitzrayim is evil. They wanted you to think the Kemites were evil. They wanted you to think anything associated with pharaohs and unks and the key to eternal life, whatever you want to call it, was evil. They're wrong. And they can't do nothing about it. Because if I say you're wrong, and I'm able to show that you're wrong, when you try to fight me back, you're going to use scripture from the Bible. A book that does not predate Egypt. So automatically it's like, what are you talking about? This book just got here. And the literal version that you have just got here. Right? The language that the version is written in just got here. You don't know what you're saying. Here go this tablet. Read it. No, put down a Rosetta Stone. Read it without it. Because I ain't going to tell me what the Greeks had to say about what was being written at that point in time. You're telling me when you're using Rosetta Stone that you have interpretation, not translations. So read it again. And go watch the movie Stargate. You'll see what I'm saying. You with me? So watch this. The private side is active. It's not dormant. It's that public side that's dormant. You stand on the black and white chessboard floors and you'll realize you got 1 foot on land, 1 foot on the sea. Stay with me. 1 foot on the sea and 1 foot on the land. The white is supposed to be a sign of majority and the black is supposed to be a sign of minority. You know it's reversed? Okay, let me explain to you how. This is what he called the light of every man that cometh into the world of darkness, comprehended or not. Okay? Watch this. When I give you light, I'm giving you information. Yes? Okay. Which means before I gave you the information, let's use an example. If I walk into your room and you're in the room and you're sitting in the dark, okay, and you ask me to hand you something that's on the floor somewhere but it's in complete darkness, I can't see it, can I? You have to get up and do what? Turn the light on, and now I can see what it is that you're attempting to show me. All right? And I can do more with the elementals. Stay with me. Still talking to you about the reverse side. Okay. When someone is given light, now, oh, I see what you're saying. Now I see. Seeing is associated with knowing. Okay? Not believing. That's the curse. Another curse is seeing is believing. No, seeing was associated with knowing. The seeing is believing part is you don't know what the illusion is. But once you learn what the sleight of hand is, which I taught in How to Speak Elite, once you learn what the S word is or the sword is, which I talked about in How to Speak Elite, once you learn what the difference between black and white is, or the darkness and the light and the spectrum is, we have talked about it in these books, all these books, How to Love Again, all of that, then you start realizing, oh, now I know what I'm looking at. And not just what I'm looking at, you start activating other parts of your observation, other components, okay, or compartments of your sensory input. Being able to take in things more than just what? Your, your eyes or your auditory, your visual. You have your auditory, your olfactory, which is the smell and all this other stuff. So you start being able to literally fill in the blanks. Not F-I-L-L, F-E-E-L. Fill in the blanks because all of your senses deal with information making it to your senses. You with me? So whatever it is, whether you quote unquote touching or tasting through the microvilli in your tongue or the sensing and through your smell or whatever it is, or hearing it when the sound enters into your ears, whatever it is, it has to reach into your body or your being in order for you to what? Interpret it, internalize it, hear it, get the message, see the signals, the electromagnetic or the electro impulses or whatever it will be. Okay, so watch this. When you get the information, it's filling. You can feel it, right? So you're literally filling in the blanks. So the blank says that which you don't know until you are able to feel it or observe it in any type of way. It's the same with the reality you are observing, called the observable universe, and they have something called the what? Unobservable universe, which they refer to as dark matter. And dark matter is saying two words, these are sacred words. Dark is saying unknown, and matter is saying of subject, right? So an unknown subject is dark matter, and everything you're looking at beyond that unknown subject is referred to as the observable universe. They will say 85 to 95% of the realm you're observing is the observable universe, and whatever they're able to observe with their technology, be it their telescopes or their probes that they send out in space or whatever it is. That's what they call the observable universe. And a lot of times they have to calculate the light that's traveling from the stars and all of that. And even if they were to zoom forward to attempt to get to other places within the observable universe, they have to deal with the light speed issue, and they have to deal with the Doppler effect, which means that the closer you're moving towards something in a fast speed or fast pace, as you accelerate, things will turn and shook in your observation. So if I started to run at something, okay, to approach as close as I could to high speed, you wouldn't really go light speed, stay with me, because of our G-force, we're not able to do it. It'll cause us to explode as human beings. So when you run towards something, you increase in frequency, and everything that you're looking at increases in frequency, and it starts to turn toward the blue color. When you are looking back, all right, as you go further away from the thing, things behind you are slowing down, and that appears as a redder color. You look at the movies, they'll show you that when somebody's supposed to be shooting or hyper jumping, or there's another word they call it, some of y'all remember, hyper jumping through space, okay? What'll happen is you'll see the blue light in front of them. When they astral projecting, you see the blue light in front of them. That's because of the Doppler effect. You understand? So my point is, all of this is based on the relativity of the observer. You with me? So even if they did have the technology to shoot out further enough or far enough or even approach light speed, then all observation would change the moment they even got near that if they had the ability to do that. But matter itself isn't able to survive that, according to what they say. Now, there may be other technology they ain't told people about. Whole other conversation. Point is, your observable universe is what will be that white square on the checkerboard floor, as they call it, which is the chessboard floor. The dark matter, the subject that you don't know, is the black square, right? So here's where they flip it. They flip it on you to make you think that minor meant less, okay? It meant less than, as opposed to elite. Stay with me. If I say there are a chosen few of you, few doesn't mean less than, does it? If there are elite people or elite members, just because there are fewer of them doesn't mean that they have less. Let's say you're dealing with those who, let's say, are on the financial spectrum, and you deal with people who are supposed to be poor and middle class, which doesn't really exist. They made it up, right? It's really poor and then elite, all right? Well, sometimes they throw rich in there, but okay. You have poor, rich, and then elite. What's the difference? Elite don't even deal with money. They deal with resources, acquisition, and all of that. Okay, they have a whole different type of power dynamic. On that spectrum, the financial spectrum, those who are elite will be fewer, but they're not less than because there are fewer of them. So less don't mean less, more or less. Are you with me? So when you get to the highest point of the pyramid and you see that there are less elite members there on top of the pyramid, literally referred to in the sociological pyramid as the elites, even in their caste system, It doesn't mean that they are quote unquote less than when it comes to resources, their stature, status, all of that, their prominence. Most of the time, they're more. So when they call you minor, you're really thinking, oh, this means less people or less. They use these words as trick words. And they got you thinking white means right and black means whack. Okay? So it's been flipped on purpose. So the light that I give you, stay with me, when I give you light or give you
One
white.
says your competitors.
Okay. In all actuality, you were supposed to be in the dark before then. It has nothing to do with actual shade. White or the black and white paper. Okay? When you start speaking about the black and white or plain is black and white, all right, the black and white itself is speaking about a polarized plane of who knows what's moving and who doesn't know what's moving. So when you were to check white in certain orders on when they ask you what's your race, meaning what lane are you running in, the white race was speaking about those who knew what was moving. The black race always meant those who didn't know what was moving. Okay, white meant you had an identity. You could identify with your purpose. You can identify with who that family or that purpose is, your purpose family. You can identify with your ancestry, your lineage. You can identify with anything. So white meant active. Black meant dormant, not able to identify, unidentifiable or unidentified, or also what they call civilita mortus or dead. All right, as a simple way to say it. Something that is dead and not active. Are you with me? So anybody that's standing on the black and white chessboard floors that doesn't understand that, they're just a part of the Boy Scouts. That's it. You're just there on display as a speculative, watching things and probably don't even know why you're watching it. The purpose of masonry is to build worlds. The pyramid is a world. Are you with me? The pyramid is what you would call an earth. Eretz. All right? In the middle of the earth or the heart of the earth, you have a fire. It's not necessarily a fire. It's really not a fire. As a matter of fact, it's actually solid in the innermost part, but it's on a conversation. I don't want to go nerd on you. But, okay, cool. Let's just say it for the sake of conversation as you have the fire in the middle of the earth, okay? In the pyramid word itself, you have the words fire in the middle. Piro, okay, pyra, which means what? Pira. It's saying fire, mid, in the center. Go look it up. Don't let them tell you I'm just saying stuff. Look up everything I tell you. I know I'm saying a lot, but if you're taking notes, you got to listen. Anybody that's been on this live, you can write a book on what I've just been giving you this whole time, right? You can write a few books. So you go look at the words itself. You'll see fire in the center. Isn't there a fire in the center of the earth? All right. When you look at the biblical scriptures, where they talk about the four corners of the earth, if you say it's flat or if you say it's round, which are one and the same, depending on what your vantage point is. If you say it's flat or round, tell me where the corners are on a circle. It's indefinite. So somebody lying. That is a pyramid you're talking about. The four corners of the earth that has a fire in the center, okay, or the plane is a pyramid. Now watch them take my teaching and run with it. That's all they do. All they do is listen to see what I'm going to say, and they go run with it. They say, oh, the earth, let's talk about a pyramid because there's a fire in the middle. Watch, you're going to hear it. Why? Because they don't know where they're going and why it's here. Okay? The road that they're walking. You with me? So watch what I'm telling you. So in the pyramid, you have many sacreds. In the temples, you have many sacreds. You had guardians of the pyramid, one being the Sphinx. The Sphinx was what? The sphincter. The sphincter, not just of the human being, where things were supposed to come out. Okay? You had the sphincter, which was the sphincter of the fish. Okay? And the fish literally was associated with the letter Nun. Stay with me. In Ivrit. Okay? Nun. And they drew it out as a fish oftentimes. All right, so you go into the order of the fish. Why am I saying this? Because the order of the fish and the order of the sphinx or the lion are one and the same. The lion are one and the same. You go into the mouth of the great fish, okay, or Koresh, or the Nin, in the water, like Jonah had to do, the water, which is school of what? Agua, which is school of what? Acquisition. All right, understanding what the necessities of life are so that you don't get caught up in what they call a rat race, where they do all these experiments. That's what a rat race is really about, is experiments, okay? And keeping people at the bottom running on the wheel that fuels the pyramid at the top. Stay with me. All right? So anybody that went into the order of the waters, all right, to be able to do one thing, right, which is go under the water and submerge, and another thing will be able to traverse that plane of submersible or being in the waters to be able to walk on the waters, what they talk to you about in the biblical scriptures of navigation of walking on water, right? Like what they call El Kadir was able to do. All right, when he was meeting with the one called Musa or Moses, when you go look up El Khidr, all right, Alkhidr, you'll see him standing on top of a what? A fish. Stay with me. When they told Moses, go meet with El Khidr, they said, take this fish. And when the fish jumps out, you know what I mean? That's how he's able to know where El Khidr will be. All right, so you had the Red Sea with Moses, and you had the Green Sea. Remember, I told y'all about all of this, where the two seas meet, okay, which is a whole different science. And you'll see El Khidr has a staff, and you'll see Moses has a staff, and the staff was also something that has been associated with music. And in the middle, you have something called sea, middle sea. All right, where the two seas meet is the middle sea. Stay with me. So you have the bass. I hope y'all listening. All right, the bass and the treble, which are two different worlds, and the octaves, okay, where those worlds have to meet. Okay, we say octave, you think of the letter, the number 8. And in number 8, you have two fishes like the Pisces, okay, that are connected to one another, going in opposite directions. Stay with me. So there are two different worlds. One of the amber light, the red light, okay, or the black or darkness. And there's another world, what you call white or the green light, all right, or knowing and not being in a state of belief or paralyzation, okay? What they call I call intellectual paralyzation, where you think you're intelligent, but you ain't really going nowhere, and nothing that you have that you think is in your database to be activated is able to cause for activation. You see, it's paralyzation. All right, so with that polarity, you have two different directions that you're able to go. Now, when people went into the school of the waters, they learned that, and they learned the difference between maritime, stay with me, and the law of the land. So you go watch the movie Aquaman, Aquaman, like the Pope, Pep, Papa, okay? Stay with me. Aquaman, meaning the one who was on land and on water. Man was on water, and then you had the ones who were called the amphibians that were on or in the waters. All right, which I told you, you have the amphibians, reptilians, and mammalians. All right, the word arm is a good way to remember that. Amphibians, reptilians, mammalians. All right, or mammals. So human beings are amphibian, reptilian, mammalian. Y'all have many characteristics of amphibians, many characteristics of reptilians, and many characteristics of mammals. You with me? So y'all are all of them. Human beings have the ability to exist in water and on land, but not fully. Okay? Meaning if you are on land without water, you'll die. And if you're in the water without some type of foundation, you'll die. You with me? So y'all within yourself are two different world beings or multi-world beings or bi-world beings, if that makes sense to you, or bi-dimensional beings. So we have the water school and the land school. Aquaman teaches about that. So on the waters, they have a different law, okay, which we refer to as maritime law, like with the ocean. Which is why a lot of the Moors speak about maritime law. Well, I'm operating in maritime law, not understanding that you're not actually on water. So even if you brought that to the court, they could be like, nigga, you're not on water. So they know how to fight back with a lot of the things that people have been taught to say. On water, there has to be a different type of law. Not just because mankind think they running shit, okay? But your stability is different on water. Your foundation will be different on water. Your food will be different on water. How you handle waste will be different on water, okay? When you see an enemy warship, you have to go to different measures to protect yourself and defend, okay, than you would on land, all right? A storm means something different on water than it does on land. You see? So there's literally another natural law, a different natural law that takes place on the water. Human beings, when they speak about maritime law, most of the time they speak about what's on the water, and then you have to account for, what people don't think about, the submarine life, okay, or the subaquatic life. Now, we could go a whole different way. I don't want to go too deep because it might wind up being mystified, especially when you start speaking of extraterrestrials who are subterrestrial beings or aquatic beings that live in the waters and a whole different thing. They talk about it, but maybe we shouldn't go into that because it gets a little too mystified. Let's deal with this. Marines know water life. Okay? They go, the Navy SEALs, they know about, look at the word, Navy SEALs. Okay? They know about the water life, and they're being taught that, even though a lot of that is spoken of amongst themselves, they're being taught about the water life. Hope I ain't losing nobody. Stay with me. With me. So, as someone who is in the water, you're going to observe a different realm, even in sound, especially when you're under it. All you have to do, you have to hear a different sound. You hear the Om sound of creation, as they call it, a compassion of Buddha, all that. Okay, you hear a different sound. If you try to move your hand, it'll move slower. All right, you see the movies where bullets are going through. Bullets move slower in in water. The light refracts in water. Okay, so as soon as light itself, as the particles goes into the water, which is a medium, it changes and alters itself. It's literally a different dimension. All right, with everything I just said, showing you the science of it, now can you get what I'm saying? Water is a different dimension, and a lot of it is unseen. You have different zones of water. When they tell you only, quote unquote, 5% of the ocean has been discovered, all right, they don't know everything there is to know about the universe they're in. They don't know everything there is to know about the ocean. They don't know everything there is to know about land. All right? Your job is to observe, to figure out what elements are in either one of those realms you'll be entering in, would be useful for you building whichever world you would be building. Let's bring it back around. Pyramids are worlds, or what you call Earths. So in my bag here, I have a foolproof method. They came through, all right, and destroyed a world and the order that was there in that ancient world. And their mission was to establish a new world order, right? And most people were talking about the new world order and had no plan to reverse it, right? Remember all you talk, oh, the new world order is coming. They never talked to you about what they're going to do to stop it. So we got to talk about it. But somebody's cooking. You know, a Mason would know how to build a world and how to destroy one. Someone who understands the blueprint would know how to build a world and how to destroy it. Somebody who knows the blueprint of a building would know how it's built, right? So when you're looking out the window in New York and you see a building go straight down, that bitch just falls straight down like a demolition. You start thinking, who has the diagram of the building? All right. So a Mason, let me use another word that you may understand, because Mason has been given a stigma, so let me help you. Someone who knows how to build, or an architect, okay, who's versed in architecture and knows how to work with certain ashlars and where to put them. Give them a role. Say, you work here, you work here, you work here, you work here, right? The Mason or the architect would know how to build something. And if you call in that same architect, I'm sure they would be able to tell you, oh, we built it this way, so this is how you would take it down the safest way. And then you call in the demolition team, right? So, all right, the blueprint exists. The blueprint exists. The blueprint exists. And not everybody had access to the blueprint, but as a Mason, when I was 16 years old, I went in. And there's proof of that, and I found a lot of the blueprint. And not only was I studying with the Masons at 16, because what do you think you're talking about? I was also MSTA, which is Moorish Science Temple of America. I was also AMORC, Ancient Mystic Order of Rosicrucian. I was also in the streets. I was also in the churches. I was also in the mosque. When I tell you I wasn't around playing video games at the basketball court, I was working. And when you know who I am, which a lot of people know me, family, everybody like that, you know I'm telling the truth. I'm always talking about this. I'm always working. If I'm in the studio, I'm planning. If I'm not in the studio, I'm planning. And it's all a part of the plan. And I'm not doing what man does. You know, man plans a plan. No, I'm listening for what the overseers are showing. You with me? And I line up with that. So watch what I'm telling you. The blueprint is there. They have Willie Lynch letters that you can go and read and see what is a part of their blueprint. So there's a blueprint, and there's a blueprint behind the scenes, meaning what you don't see in the Masonic temples and the passwords and the keys and all this other stuff that we passed around. You go back and read the book of Luke and you'll see where they said everything that you whispered in the sacred rooms will be screamed from the rooftops. Here's that time period. Because y'all know, they told us we had to sign an NDA. Literally sign an NDA. Not with a pen, with our do guard, as you call it. Okay? Where you held the Bible near your abdomen or your Savadhisthana, your solar plexus and sacral chakra. All right? Mani Porta Savadhisthana. Solar plexus and sacral. We held what's referred to as the do guard or the obi. All right? Or the sign of the obi. When I told you what sign meant, sign was the word oath. O-W-T-H. In Ivrit, Hebrew. Nobody told you that because they didn't know that. So oath is another word that we use, O-A-T-H. When you say the word oath in Ivrit, you're saying sign. So the oath was a sign. They call it our obi. Why obi? Obi was saying obligation. You with me? So the obligation we had was a non-disclosure agreement. It was given to us in our statement, or our obi, of I will always hail, meaning conceal, and never reveal the hidden mysteries, not secrets, that's a whole other thing, hidden mysteries of Freemasonry. So why would that be a part of our obi? And why would we give it arts, parts, and points? What was the purpose of that? And what were the penalties for it? And all the Masons know what I'm talking about, which is why they be quiet when I talk. Right? They're like, man, this nigga know what he's saying. Yeah, because I wasn't lying about becoming a traveler. I did it so young. If you're like, how did you become a Mason at 16? I said, you got to take it up with the twins who thought I was qualified to travel. They came to me and said, we want to talk to you about the square. Stay with me. So They gave us our arts and our parts and our points, and we came through, and we learned all this stuff, and we had, and a lot of people in my high school, elders was challenging me and testing me. They realized I knew what I was talking about. They said, well, you know your stuff. Yeah, because I'm actually a traveler. Just younger than what you were familiar with. And every time I would talk to the twins about it, the worshipful masters and the grand masters, they said, when they ask you, just tell them you Demo Lay. Right? So they already gave me how to respond to certain things when I was in the younger ages, which I'm older now. You with me? So my point is, I learned the blueprint. And I said, this whole world is built off of this blueprint. Not to mention the fact that Dr. Malachi York had already written books on Freemasonry and all of that, and I was reading that when I was younger, even though I was told I wasn't supposed to read it. And I was reading the ancient Egyptian order books, even though I was told I wasn't supposed to read it. I wasn't the child that you could say, you can't read this, and then walk away. They had to know that. I'm 5 and I can read, so I'm going to open it up as soon as you leave. And I read, and I read, and I read, and I read, and I studied, and I studied. And I wanted to know everything I could, and I had a plan. So now as I get older, you start realizing when I had the songs like My Vision, right? My Vision song I wrote when I was 16, you see with a big uncle, you see that on Phase 1 Productions. The first line I said was, trotting down the road of tribulation, diamonds, diamonds, diamonds on me dancing, but the middle one is shaking. And the doctor told me to be patient. So I walk around, head down, and my shadow's always anxious. Walk around with pharaohs and we changing. On our way to get a whips and chains in, for some flames in. Everything was wrong before we came in. Side of this world, but they always frown upon my generation. We don't have no book to put our page in. Seem like all the teachers in my school never knew that we was waiting for someone to show us how to raising. They told us that we dirty and they never run no water for us to bathe in. I can see the future just like Raven. I can see the children of the sun trying roads that we paving. Words to the future, this is phasing. If we don't get it right, it's our fault. And we not placing no blame. Ain't no blame on the babies. We gonna need our babies. We gotta be careful what we feed our babies. Pharaoh may be different, Joe, but he not crazy. I promise that I do this out of love, for real. And I can't tell you what I saw. You won't believe me, no. All I can say is time is changing and it's speeding, yo. Just pay attention to my voice and it'll lead you folks. Cause what I learned is what you need to know to free your soul. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, what you see last night? I saw a floor, half black, half white. Pharaoh, who was on that floor? There was a man asking, did I want some more? Pharaoh, did he say anything else? He told me love was on the way to give me help. Gave me a buckle and I placed it on my belt with all the rest of my tools. Told him save it for myself. Like, what? This nigga was 16, so you know I went at the lunch table just trying to see what the hell they was serving. I was coming out, I'm thinking of a master plan. Master plans. You with me? I mean, you can go see that. Everything is recorded, right? Remember, I left a track record for you to find out. When they say I'm an agent, make them explain their little bitty selves. Explain their little bitty selves. Say, what's your plan? You with me? You had no, how can you don't have the power to infiltrate the Masons. You don't know that. To go into, man, I'm going to go and learn. They said, you know, you can't say nothing about any of this. You can't talk about it. I got you. I told you I did the Smokey thing. When Smokey said, when he pull up, I'll be quiet. When he leave, I'm talking again. Yeah, I did all of that. I said that. I told him I ain't going to say nothing. I lied. Okay, now what? Tell me I can't tell the people what I learned. So don't, when they start saying all that little bitty shit, say Phase 1 agent, remind them, this nigga is our agent. Where you go? Where did you go and sit and they didn't detect you? You know what I mean? What was you doing at 16? Let's see your track record. Where was you at? What was you doing in high school? Was you teaching? Let's see your videos. Where's your proof? What were you doing your whole life? What was you at 10 years old? You know, all this stuff goes way back. What was you doing at 10? What was your purpose at 10? You didn't have no purpose at 10. You was playing games. Literally. You see? So, no, this is, tell them next time they say, Phase 1 agent, say, yeah, Phase 1 is our agent. He works for us. You with me? Say, nigga, Phase 1 op, tell him, you're right, he's your op. If you ain't rocking with him, he's your op. And you need to ask him, are you okay? Are you ready? Are you prepared? You look pretty comfortable to have Phase 1 as an op. Because the last one you want out here as an op is him. You see? Because ain't nothing you can do with him. So you look smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you just keep talking about him. And you keep talking about him. You keep talking about him. You keep talking about him. But you won't say his name. Say his name out here. Let people know who you're talking about. Same way y'all set up debates and be all that. Let's do it. Let's play. Why nobody want to play with me? Remember? Everybody play with each other. That's what I can say. Can I play? And like, what? What happened? Y'all bring each other on lives. Y'all debate and all this stuff. Why y'all don't want to do it when I show up? You see? Then they come on and act like they're ready. Remember the dude, Kala, Amun-Ra, who didn't even speak the language. You don't even speak the ancient Egyptian language, but you're using ancient Egyptian names, and you don't even know what it means. And he said, Amun means everywhere. What? No, it doesn't. You just went off of a falsified interpretation. Amun never meant everywhere, and everywhere wasn't associated with just Amun. There were many deities that they said were omnipresent beings, all right? And of course, that would have been who you were speaking about, those who interpreted it later. Amun meant hidden. Everywhere ain't hidden. That don't make sense. You don't know what you're talking about. So how you don't even know what your name is? Then he tried to, listen, everything he tried to say, shut it down. Yeah, thoughts carry weight. Oh, okay, how you measure it? I'm about to look something up and read a theory from quantum mechanics. Oh, you don't know nothing. You just talking. What do you know? What do you know about what you're saying? But you got something to say about Malachi? Shut your... I'm going to say something. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, that's why I do it, because they come at Malachi and I'm like, nigga, you can't do nothing with me. You definitely wouldn't have been able to do shit and won't be able to do shit with the master. You know, so then who can say anything? You can't humble me because I'm already humbled. Every time I listen to a Malachi, I know I listened to this shit 79 times and I still didn't catch that. I didn't catch that. Damn, how that? Oh, wow. If I go right now and listen to one of the old teachers, I'm going to hear something that I didn't hear. I'm already humbled. You can't humble me. You know what I mean? I know who the master is and it's not y'all. So that's what they upset about. And I say, do something about it. His old teachers is fucking y'all up. Y'all done had 23 years come up with some new shit. And everything y'all think y'all teaching, there's a teaching that he has to shut all that illusion down. So you mad at him. So you mad at him through me. So you're going to be ultimately mad at me. And I'm like, what did Faze do to y'all? He didn't really do anything to you other than speak the truth. Y'all hear me? So we're building a new world. It's happening right in front of them. And there's nothing they can do. The industry has changed. You want to know what else? We're not going into the music industry. We're building one. That's another thing. When Malachi asked the family, he said, yo, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to go and infiltrate their industry? Or y'all want to start our own? Everybody was saying, we want to start our own. In all actuality, they wanted to go in and infiltrate because they thought it'd be easier. So that's where India Irie and them went. That's where Music Soul Child went. That's where Common went. That's where Nas went. That's where it was able to shut down a lot of them, including Lauryn Hill and the rest of our sisters and brothers. But it's not over. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to play their game, Prodigy, shut up, Prodigy. Instead of trying to play their game, let's do our own thing. Now, what better time? You don't need their, what you call it, industry, their machine, their engines, their distribution. You don't need any of that now. All you need is awareness of how things move in real time. I can tell you that to the best of my ability, and we can sit and brainstorm and not just listen to me. You might have something to bring to the, I'm sure you have something to bring to the table that everybody can benefit from and work together. We build our own thing. They don't want to stop pushing out the bullshit. Okay, let's push out, let's drown them out. We better than them. I mean, you want the real pep talk? They ain't got shit on us. Fuck me and humble. You know what I mean? We better than them. We can out-rap them. We can outperform them. Okay? And our soul is still here. Not a single person that just signed the Pharaoh Clan Records sold their soul. You see what I'm explaining to you? They signed a mission statement. That's what that was. If you saw the contract with Pharaoh Clan Records, which you won't, but if you did, see the contract with Pharaoh Clan Records, it's a mission statement. It ain't no, you belong to us. Anybody that knows, knows. And anybody knows, you really didn't have to sign anything. But we have a statement that aligns with our mission. We have a mission and a statement. You see? We bigger than them. How you know we bigger than them? Because they scared of me. They do everything in their power to stay away from me. Which means I'm a very powerful man. Which means anybody that's aligning with this walk must be a what? Very powerful man or woman. When I wrote the How to Speak Elite, did I say, remember, I'm elite. And it's y'all job to know that. No, I said what? Remember, I'm one of the elite. And I see you as elite too. Don't let nobody push no cult narrative. That's little people mentality. You want to know what a cult is? Let me tell you what a cult is. How many people seen this video? Let me see if I got screenshots still. Where is that? How many people saw this video? How many people saw that? Where the young lady was attempting to voice herself and say what she was saying about what she felt, and they acted like a demon was in her because she gave paid homage to her stepmom. How many people saw that? Okay, that's a cult. First of all, get your hands off me. That would have been me. But, why is you touching me? That would have been me. But, people are different. And give me the mic back because I said what I said. Right? That's a cult. And the child sitting there, they're trying to convince her she's demonic. And this is why people turn away from your church. Because all y'all in there faking the funk and you're trying to use Jesus in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus, because you better not bother Jesus about no damn opinion about a stepmom. What is you bothering him for? Jesus, come here. What? What you want? What? I would hate to be Jesus. Y'all bother him for every motherfucking thing. In the name of Jesus. Yo, I was just over there helping him because the dog pissed. What now? What? She like her stepmama. She like her stepmama. Get your stupid. You know what I mean? That's a cult. Tell the truth. You with me? Y'all have cults based on mystery people. Y'all done made people think that Dr. York or Dr. Melikazi York started a cult, and we know him. And y'all have cults based on people you have never seen. You've never seen them. Y'all gather together and say, "Pay me that wine." What is it? Blood? Oh, okay. Pay me some of the rich. What is it? Oh, Jesus' body? Oh, okay, delicious. And that's not cultish. No, we're just doing it in remembrance of him. That's worse. You gonna think about the nigga while you eating him, and you eat him every Sunday? I mean, that's a flesh-eating ritual, literally. Not just a flesh-eating ritual. It's a flesh-eating ritual and a blood-drinking ritual. Don't get it twisted. Just because I don't be coming for all y'all, don't mean I don't know what you about. That's cannibalism. And you say it's a ritual. He told them niggas to do it in remembrance of him. He didn't say we had to drink their Welches. He told them niggas to eat him. You know what I mean? I mean, you would have had people say, "Bite me." Nigga, Jesus said, what? Eat everything, drink everything. What? He told them niggas do that shit. Where do it say, "And tell your children bite me too"? What the hell? Make sure all your generations eat me. So yeah, that nigga told y'all bite him. That's what he said. He knew y'all was bullish. Ain't no way. And niggas sitting there and pat me the crackers. And I'm supposed to be sitting here participating. I ain't never did the communion. I might have did walk out with one of them pack of Ricks. But that's because I wanted the Ricks. I ain't eat them in the church, is what I'm saying. Y'all ain't listening to the things that are important. I ain't do it as a ritual. I took his arm. I walked out. They always want to say, "Not by the long shot, Shy Dante." Well, nigga, you ain't say nothing. Say what you said. Not by the long shot, Shy Dante. Yo, you ain't saying nothing. You ain't saying nothing. I'm speaking in tongues. No, you not. We tired of this shit. You know what I mean? And then everybody in the comments, y'all, that's who really wrong. Y'all wrong. Everybody in the comments trying to act like it's so, "Oh, we can't believe that." Y'all know that's church. Y'all know that's just church. This ain't no viral moment. It's regular. I'm like, man, ain't nothing to see here. It's regular church shit. They've been telling y'all gonna burn in hell since you was 3. You didn't even know how to spell that. Did you eat that cookie? Mm-hmm. You gonna burn in hell. What? You was 3. You knew what ouch meant. You knew hot. You start putting this shit together, you crying. Traumatized. Want to give me a hard time because your parents fucking tortured you. I wanted to be there for Chuck E. Cheese with your uncle or Target. You don't owe me $1, you know you the reason your brother went. Way too much to ask you, pray for a nigga. Stuff on my name is worse than the trigger. Sorry, I was such a bother to y'all. I was thinking you'd be proud of me, y'all. Hope you would accept my apology, y'all. Sorry, I was such a bother. I wanted to be there for Chuck E. Cheese with your uncle or Target. You don't owe me $1, you know you the reason your brother went hard. You ain't even believe my music, that hurt, but you still my father. See, I ain't even into apologizing, but I'm sorry, I was such a bother to you. I was all in the way for myself on the state, I was blocking karma for y'all. Way before 1440 time went viral, they was already writing me off. 1440 time, I'm sorry, I never meant for you to get caught in it all. The love for me here was already lost, so I'm sorry, my dog, cause it's all my fault. Standing on all I was taught, this shit wasn't worth it, cause I put my family in danger. I put my heart on the cross, people said they walk with me, turn around and slander me later. I'm sorry for standing Decatur, I'm sorry for moving right back to Atlanta to be the case and have a chance to be greater. Sorry for answering haters. I should have stood with the ones who supported me, never acknowledging nobody else. Knowing that I couldn't have played on myself with nobody else. I should have paparazzi popping out, no good side to catch this time. If you want me on that platter, get your ass in line. What you know about the captions of a mastermind? On my merry way, seeing it fraction, they took half of mine. Bitches in the comments on my story, trying to antagonize. I apologize, I don't got real estate on Clubhouse. Pussy nigga talking to the hand, call that mush mouth, make them feel some type of way, probably why they type away, told them it was all in the right, ain't mine to lay down, how do they sound, a lot of ways, crazy be the first one, no one made it out, they ain't want phase to be the first one, showing they true color, now they play, cause he reversed them, no one made it out, they ain't want phase to be the ooh. Oh, and a couple of y'all rappers owe me features still. I fuck what you play me, but I'll eat you still. Clicking up with nobody, my mouse broke. Paint an ugly picture of a nigga like Picasso. Cheddar run off with a nigga image like Picasso. 20 versus 1 won't be no date if you waiting on me to pop hole. Guess I missed the call if you bitches calling shots though. Niggas be my spies looking for me, yeah I go. They look every direction for me except for outdoor. But I got eyes on the other side of the house though. Okay, 12 used to look so big when we were little kids. Now we know them niggas got wigs that could be split too. Going down for shit we ain't did, that be the issue. Jury full of bitches clocking in, cause they rent due. Blind nigga told on your ass, that's why they pinned you. Like damn nigga, don't you know the system is against you too? So they squeezing to avoid Rice Street. No one sees you to the Lord smite thee. And you on a white tee. All these teenagers and boys pipe dreams ain't as real as it seems. By any means, just enjoy life please, cause tomorrow it's a nigga seeing blue lights in the yard, screaming fuck 12. He done took enough L's, put it up to a temple, then he bust shell, dropping in slow motion, open fire, while they shooting at a dead body on the other side of the house doors. Preacher trying to tell us it's a guy looking out for us. All he do is stand up there and shout for us. That the type of shit that make me pout more. Married to the mission, should I file for divorce? Voice hoarse, cause I had to scream too loud to ignore. And you ain't heard no shit as real as this, but you gon' flex on. Married to the game like who on next on? Boot on next on. You on rest on. Damn right, you ain't gon' try no, you gon' do your best on. Damn right, damn right, damn right. I'm tired of looking over my shoulder. Wake me when it's over, when it's over. Hopping in the Rover to drive forward. And I backwards, cause I'm tired of looking over my shoulder. Instead of trying to tell you about yourself like you don't know yourself. Trying to hide you till you disappear, then they like show yourself. Incoming wisdom teeth, that they then multiply. They cross their heart and hope you die. You don't know just why. Cause why'd you look me over with eyes cold and frozen? Them sirens pull me over, I'm not going. Ain't gonna have to cut me down, either that or cardio. Mama, you know I'll find you low, no matter how far I go. Mama, you know you raised your son, you know the lie they tell. I'm aware, you know who I am, don't nobody else. Those who know don't gotta tell, just keep it silent, yeah, till the day that God yells. Make the most high reveal it, till that time I'm bodybuilder, till the day get out my way, till that night when clouds go gray. You can cover me in the rain, even if it's 9 a.m. in Georgia, and the sky is sober. And time is hanging over my shoulder. Hopping in the Rover to drive forward and not backwards, cause I'm tired of looking over my shoulder. Truth in plain sight, you been trained, right? Reading we kill like playing card, we dread like Ansars, be in peace. Blacked out pants, talk, dressed like ninjas, throwing stars, empty 10 cups, we beat these bands up, roast the bar, back up man butts, and that's no stand up. Rose apart, had my hands up, and they still shot me. Wanted to be like Mike when I was 4, be like Blade when I was 5. Did like crazy, I ain't ride it out. I miss high wheel cars. So much evil in this place, sometimes difficult to maintain. Look my wife in her eyes, say all right, it's gonna be everything. Not sure what this means, but you'll find the lightest cars on the heaviest trains. God give his greatest wars to the soldiers who never been trained. At times things don't make sense, we nod our heads in green. Blowing like the wind, how you trade me in and you was just a friend. Maybe this all just the power of a veteran's pen. I'm in the military, if this will vary, if God says, amen. Hit me, but I don't regret it. Step away from my vehicle, please. Step away, cause you blocking my biz. You can go there, but not where I've been at. Maybe one day you'll find me important. Pain, healing new time, of course. A lot of shit been on my mind, unfortunately. I'm forced to be me. Anybody out there talk to me? Fred, how did you get outside? I am the legend the world denied. Look, mom, look, a butterfly. Taking my time out, cleaning my room up. Gotta be ready, inspection time. Hauled out the porch, I was not even ready. They can hate me, but I don't regret it. All that I'm focused on lately is when the angel come and get me. Let me be in peace. Balancing all of my thoughts and my deeds. Guess it's time to fast. I don't want to eat. What do I mean to y'all? Sometimes I feel like I'm just in the way. I'm in the studio staring at space. This ain't even writer's block. This is way. I don't even know what words to say these days. But I miss my nieces. Why I can't be where they be at? Why they get raised? Try to fix my pieces. Broken clocks outside of the brand new cage. I do not understand you, phase. I thought you wanted to stand on stage. But maybe I didn't though. People sit here to play me, I didn't know. I can't count out who hate me, it's many though. They gon' smile in my face, but it's envy though. Elevated, my name on their lips now. Guess I made it, I'm famous and shit now. Ain't no problem with paying the rent now. You get up, they can pray that you get down. Okay, good evening, baby. Do you mind if I run the shower? Take my time, let the water vapor heal my soul. Will you stand there for me and guard the door? Good evening, baby. Do you mind if I run the shower? Take my time, let the water vapor heal my soul. Will you stand there for me and guard the door?
Where they go. Truth be told, a lot of people don't want you to blow. No, go ahead and cancel a show. Bet that shit'll get more of a response than your show. Yeah, people are people, that's worldwide. I know that and ain't been out the country before. Yeah, they'll do anything you can imagine and still be prepared to carry out the unthinkable. Whoa. Let go the innocent man. She say free him, the innocent man. Yeah, she suffered in a dream because of that innocent blood she seen bleeding on sinister hands. No, we didn't forget it was planned. We just showed her that burden is heavy twin. But evidently the proof ain't as evident as they declared. Independently peer review it, then go back and check again. Trace your steps to the step entrance, step and then step and then step and then step and then step and the step should end in front of 400 million bones and simmered homes and half-hidden stones. You pitch along, you be threatening. They say come down them steps before they grab the whip. It's a Freudian slip to the unintelligent. The none are wise, a surprise, surprise. The nuns are wise, certain folks mock and joke, cause the red has been obviously much more sexy. Desire is the driver for everybody who slept and didn't get the message. They rooted in hate and lust. Too late, the bus is speeding by. Can't let you win. Where the true prophets go. Yeah, see, you probably know the one about the dues and the trays. And when I was a young and looked up to the elders, and now as a bliss to have been in the presence of extraterrestrial men. I say it's overrated playing prophet. And when I say overrated, I'm saying stop it. The true prophets ain't in no rush to go spot pick. Cause we know they gun for the top quick and pop it. True prophets where they go. Truth be told, a lot of people don't want you to blow. No, go ahead and cancel the show. Bet that shit'll get more of a response than your show. Yeah, people are people, that's worldwide. I know that and they've been out the country before. Yeah, they'll do anything you can imagine and still be prepared to carry out the unthinkable. Whoa.
mama the reason I did it. I put my estate in her name. Grandmama, house, backyard, playing on a swing. My grandmama told me she see me that weekend. I never seen her again. So when you be spelling my name, Omar, remember to spell it with pain. I wasn't like y'all, sitting in the room with the lights off, meditate. So when you be saying he lame, remember he stayed in his lane. Remember Omar, remember Omar, remember Omar, name. Hey, I may not be doing this shit for the dope, but that's my decision. To complete the mission, I give everything, but I ain't giving it. I ain't in that league, chopping up the Bible, they told me read it again. I'm too major, why would I turn up then? I'll beat them, I win. Enmity between me and them kids. All the hate that I took on the chin. I done made it, I shook up the land. Saw them gaze and I shook their hand. Walked away when they look in my hand. By the way that I boogie, I dance. Y'all can say that I'm cooking, I am. Hell kitchen, but you look how it panned out. The one that looked over, but it wasn't no question about he was chosen. Glory be to God, he the one that cracked it. Open for me, no enemy, a weapon for whatever prosper against me. Be careful when you open up your mouth to say my name. Remember my mama, the reason I did it, I put my estate in her name. Grandmama, house, backyard, playing on a swing. My grandmama told me she see me that weekend. I never seen her again. So when you be spelling my name, Omar, remember to spell it with pain. I wasn't like y'all, sitting in the room with the lights off, meditate. So when you be saying he lame, remember he stayed in his lane. Remember Omar, remember Omar, remember Omar, name. The middle of the streets, the middle of the street. I met her in the people's wagon. Ooh, I would've let her in. She lied, said she's sick of me. I told her, tell me what's the symptom. I'm standing with my pointing at her. She go hammer to the knee, we can kick it. And so I got her in my reach. And then she leaned on to me. Let me tell you a secret. That line is gold, the fringes are blue. It was given to me.
I don't really care, don't care for your excuses. Keep them to yourself, throw them out the window. I don't give a damn, no I don't give a shit. I cover up my ears, I don't wanna hear it. Hear it, hear it, hear it, hear it. No excuses, that shit useless, shut your mouth. I don't wanna hear this. Hear it, hear it, hear it, hear it. No excuses, that shit useless, shut your mouth. I don't wanna do this. You talking too much for me right now. Silence, please. Please don't speak to me. Take accountability. Shoot in your ego. That shit lame to me. Blame game foolery. Reflector behavior. No more. Grab a mirror before you try to speak. Be quiet. Don't wanna hear a beat. Okay, what's up? Shut up. How could you? Why would you? What is the purpose of running your mouth when you have some work to do? Saddle up, buckle up, run 'em up, take a trip. Tired of talking. Can't you see us walk? All we gotta do is come together. No excuses now. Now, later, ever, never. Okay, what's up? Shut up. Don't care for your excuses. Keep them to yourself. Throw them out the window. I don't give a damn. No, I don't give a shit. I cover up my ears. I don't wanna hear it. Hear it, hear it, hear it, hear it. No excuses. That shit useless. Shut your mouth. I don't wanna hear this. Hear it, hear it, hear it, hear it. No excuses. That shit useless. Shut your mouth. I don't wanna hear it.
Nobody holding me down, holding me down. I got faith in mine, better not waste no time. Better the biggest shit that you go with it. We had the same 24, did it. I put my 24s on the Billy, better little shit gon' roll if you ain't in it. Bet we gon' get it though if you don't spin it. Bet we gon' kick the door and you surrender. I'm into kicking hoes into oblivion. To let you bitches know ain't too much in your style. Ain't none, no excuse to get it done. I do not
care for your excuses. Keep them to yourself. Throw them out the window. I don't give a damn. No, I don't give a shit. I cover up my ears. I don't wanna hear it. Hear it, hear it, hear it, hear it. No excuses. That shit useless. Shut your mouth. I don't wanna hear this. Hear it, hear it, hear it, hear it. No excuses. That shit useless. Shut your mouth. I don't wanna hear this. I don't really care, don't care for your excuses. Keep them to yourself, throw them out the window.
you. I don't whatever I see, I seen it, I seen it. I do it, huh?
Dracula, parasite, demon, energy, vampire shit we be seeing. Say you chosen, don't have time for believing, and you definitely don't have time for no sleeping. Ain't you supposed to be woke or something? You dealing with the mind, it's you versus you. Don't run out of time, stand firm on your square. Focus the line. If this is your test, it's by design. Elect yourself, put your crown on, defend it. We getting too deep in the war zone, you hear it. Been ringing all day, turn your ears on, you feel it. Yeah, real thing, we got the gig on, it's written. Don't step in this garden uninvited. Fuck around and become the target. It's some real magic, don't get me started. Not by my hands, my people take it far.
To the multitude and not a secret with friends. Must have been peeping through lenses of human beings, not remembering they can't ascend. So I can't expect them to see what we been. 10. I give them a slap on their wrist transform. I've been alienated since I was young. Just know that this nigga loaded, he ain't gone. Nigga ain't stand either. Yeah, he can't hit a play, he ain't playing either. Biggie one out the boy, not the hand reader. Yeah, your ass astrology, trying to compare me to niggas who don't know the difference between astral project and OBE. I took a bow when I blame my soul, received the true light, and after that I pledged the oath to me to never go to sleep. But
Tonight
kiss my fear, get over here. You probably don't even know how much I'm on your ass. And ooh, how about you try my route? How about you fuck around, find out? I won't treat you bad. Never will I speak on the bed. Not finna talk on the video, cause you kiss my feelings. Ripping out on your sentiments. And I'll be here when you need some instant. Cause you know you be kissing all my anxiety. And I'll be here when you need some substance. You know you be kissing all my anxiety. And I'll be here when you need some love. You know you be kissing all my kissing on me, loving on me. That what I need. Shit ain't got heat. Big check, big truck, give me all beat. Unchurch stuff, front, hit delete. Pray don't give me no reason. That last girl, no Capri Sun. Get what? That mean the gas squeeze sun. Juice, trigger finger sticky like meat on you. But you be kissing on my temper. I let it slide. Just cause you smiled at me, he can survive. Your love is divine, they keep them alive. When they get to trying me, I'm tired. Tired of your damage, but I can't even panic. Cause you know you be kissing all my anxiety. Kiss my fear, get over here. You probably don't even know how much I'm on your ass. And ooh, how about you try my route? How about you fuck around, find out? I won't treat you bad. Never will I speak on the bed. Not finna talk on the video, cause you kiss my feelings. Ripping out on your sentiments. And I'll be here when you need some instant. Cause you know you be kissing all my. You kiss my fear. He say it's hard cold, he need a mind clear cold at a crossroad. In his dark, just a little nigga spinning red, like it's finna get mold in the cesspool. Playing sharks in the middle, it get hard for us solving his riddle. Regardless, my nigga, we're all the biggest. Whether mosque or church, better walk in the temple. The heart open meanings on
Lessons on the line on my dick, you never did me wrong. Make sure I frown for the picture with the pictures on. Hammer, baking soda, clean up on my temper legs. Tree on the side, Mary J. Blige. Look in my life, see what I visualize. See what my niggas riding in. Broke niggas in a rich society. Tokens made a bitch don't lie to me. Both ends of the stick that I receive was shorter than toddlers. I do not believe in Dr. Dreams. Now the shot at Martin King, but my neck of the woods is not your average shadow canopy. Be careful when you watching these niggas from out your balcony. Cause we the type to chop a tree house till it falls and all them leaves become a separate property to die in peace. But if you feeling froggy leaf, just one ruler, don't call police. 12 ain't gon' bother me unless I get in that car and switch the fuck out with no L shit for part of me. Lessons over driving through some shit that ain't gon' pop a tie. I don't want it easy, let me pass it up and speed along. Lessons over lying on my dick, you couldn't leave me on. Lessons over lying on my dick, when shit to eat at home. Fuck the world, lessons over lying on my dick and they can't teach me shit. I ain't want it easy, bitch. Lessons over lying on my dick, I never needed shit. Engineer, flipped out on me thinking that little teasy shit could interfere. Lessons over lying on my dick, how the fuck I end up here? Never quit it, never fit it, that's forbidden. Stood tall, bitch shit written, nigga I missed the ground. If I could fall, pussy niggas, he ain't never been in no hood, bro. He ain't never been in no streets of the street like, come on, run home, run home. What you know about walking 5 miles to the studio? What you know about rapping, waiting on Martin with no bus fare? What you know about sleeping in the 2-seater, you know you cold. Wake up like it's nothing, pull out like it's nothing. Pop the trunk to throw your fit on for the day just like it's nothing. What you know about rolling up on Deja like it's nothing. What you know about niggas putting 100,000 on your nugget. What you know about riding dirty, big chopper can't even tuck it. If they touch me, them niggas lucky. Don't play with me like Chucky. What you know about life is tough, but that's just what it is, so fuck it. What you know about none of your niggas play soccer to kick the bucket. What you know about being on live and getting a message about your brother. What you know about after that happiness still keep it chucking. You can't train for this. No, this can't be healthy mentally, but I got the brain for this shit. I remember they said my movement wasn't changing shit, but now my face on the front page is changed and I'm not ashamed of shit that I had to suffer. Thank God that I had a mother telling me in my ear, don't never let these motherfuckers see you shake. You might have seen me broke, but you ain't never see me break. Don't let these motherfuckers see you shake. You might have seen me broke, but you ain't never seen me break.
He say it's hard cold, he need a mind clear cold at a crossroad. In his dark, just a little nigga spinning bread, like it's finna get mold in a cesspool. Playing sharks in the middle, it get hard for us solving his riddle. Regardless, my nigga, we'll all make the biggest, but the mosque for church. Better walk in the temple. The heart open meanings unthawing.